Okay guys, what's good? Today I'm going to be talking about movement in Dragon Ball Fighters. I get asked a little bit about like, how should I practice movement and how do I get better about moving? Honestly, you just do it in training mode over and over again, but I'm going to go over some of the movement options in the game. Some people don't know all of them, so I'll go over the basics. Backdash, it's really fast, uses create space. I don't recommend doing more than 2 in a row, and sometimes just doing 1 is enough space. So that's that. Forward dash, advancing, not a big deal. There's a double jump in the game, and then there's an instant air dash. This is something you should practice. Like, I recommend practicing this in training mode 10 minutes a day, every day, forward and backwards each. So 20 minutes total, if you have the time. If not, like 5 minutes each is fine too. So you want to do that. Make sure your IDs are crispy. Never mess it up. Really nice. There's dash jumping. So when you dash and you jump, that's a super jump, sorry. You actually carry your dash momentum. So one example, let's say you're playing neutral and you're pretty far and you think they're going to jump. Obviously you can't just double jump and catch them, right? So you dash and then you jump and then you carry the momentum. What's nice about this is if you hit them, right? Mission accomplished. But if you miss, your character dashes past them and you create space while also trying to check them. And it's pretty safe to do this. Super jumps exist in the game and they actually have special properties. So if you super jump, it seems like nothing is different, right? You just go a little higher. But if you hold up, you actually float. As you can see, your character falls slower if you hold up, and if you hold down, your character falls faster. So these are float and fast fall respectively. You kind of can mix and match it. So you can super jump, but you don't have to float right away. You can actually float later in it. And then same with fast fall. Pretty interesting, I think. Another thing about this is that normally when you double jump, you cannot switch your momentum after you've already double jumped. You had to ride the momentum of a forward or back jump. But in super jump state, you can actually float in multiple directions with up forward and up back. So even though I double jumped here, because it was a super jump, I could still float backwards. This is important. If you are going to jump, typically you want to super jump so you can actually keep this momentum, keep your character moving. Too many players just jump and they get stuck. That's why this is so good. So they had to block so many beams and unfavorable positions because you aren't super jumping, you're not floating, you're not moving, right? You're not positioning yourself. So the scenarios where you'd use this, you kind of just have to mess with it. Just by knowing this and doing it in matches, you kind of will get a feel for how important it is. Like, being able to move is so good. You can even combine super jumping with dash jumping. So you could do dash and super jump. And then this is what I call the bonbon movement, where if you dash and then super jump, you actually can float across the screen. This is really good for getting out of like a position like this. Look at the space you create. Like, you can't do that with an instant air dash or a double jump. Or even a dash jump. Dash super jump. Like, that's so far. And the same scenario that we talked about before, you can actually do it from like further. So like, you can like try to check somebody, be like, oh, I didn't hit them, no problem. Oh, I hit them, got them. Like, it's so good. Combine this with like instant ID back. You can actually do super jump ID back, super jump, like double jump backwards like this. Like, oh, that's not safe to approach them. I think I'll back off. So yeah, abuse this. This is like one of the biggest things. So a lot of players struggle at neutral. They think it's like too random, or like it's too like risky to do something, or people can just do whatever they want and get rewarded. Your movement's just bad. Like, when you start moving like this away from people, there are so many players who do not know what to do and will never be able to do anything to stop you. And it's honestly because they have no experience against it. So many players don't know that you can move this way, that you have this option, that you don't have to approach, that you could double jump fast fall, that you could super jump after dashing and then fast fall or hold up to get full screen positioning, is how you get your assist back. You can stay in the air longer than you think you can. Like, combining all of your movement options is vital in this game. So that's all I wanted to share. I recommend everyone just experiment and practice this. The scenarios where you use it honestly goes hand in hand with like neutral theory. Like, you need to try it to get it, because I can't explain it in simple terms other than that. But those are the only things you need to know about movement in the game, at least for now. So hopefully that helps, and yeah, just super jump and float, guys. It'll help, trust me.